Good evening, everyone. If you are watching the replay, thank you. My name is Jamie. I'm from the Salty Cactus Chalks page. And we're just going to do a quick project tonight. I don't know where you're from, but the weather today is a little gloomy here in New Jersey. And when it's like this, I get migraines, and so my head hurts sometimes. So I'm not going to make it a long one tonight. So when you join, or when you hop on, let me know. Say hello. We are going to use the Maze Club Couture transfer. Every month, if you join the Club Couture group, they send you a new transfer, and then they send you coordinating paste packets to go with it. We, the designers, do not get the paste packets, but the paste packets look like this. You get 3 of them that coordinate with the design. So this is May's. As you can, I'm behind. This is April's. Didn't do it yet. That's cute. I'll have to come up with something cute for that. And this was March's. And I didn't use that one either. I need to get on it. I've been behind. So we're going to get started. I'm using the palette sign, the 9x12 palette sign. It's pretty versatile. You can use either side. So I will probably do this project on one side and use the other side for another project. So tonight I'm going to use this side. Next project I will probably do on this side. I might do it like that. Actually have an idea for a transfer. So first I'm going to distress this side a little bit using just a sanding block. You can use any kind of sandpaper, sanding block, nail file. If you have a good rough nail file, you can use that too. I'm going to lift this up a little bit so that I don't shake the camera too much. I'm sorry if I'm shaking the camera. I am sorry. Hi, Nikki. Am I shaking the camera too much? This weekend my goal is to figure out my camera situation a little better. I think I need to get something that's not on the table and a little higher. See how that's just distressing it a little bit better with the colors I'm doing, and I'm going to do like a patriotic theme. No, it's okay. Good. I'm glad it's not shaking too much. I got this in a kit I bought with other brushes, and it came with this lavender soap and the sanding block. I want to sniff it because it smells like the soap. It smells so good. All right, just going to speed this up a little bit. Some people feel weird about distressing because they're like, I just paid for this. Why am I distressing it? I'm ruining it, but you're not. You're giving it the look you want. And there's no rules when you're crafting and creating. You do what you want. If you don't like it, you start over, paint over it. You can paint these if you don't like what you did. Sand off whatever you did and repaint it. That's the fun of it. All right. So make sure you get the dust off pretty good so that it doesn't stick to your transfer. All right. Surface is prepped. Now let's get our transfer out. This design I like because you can kind of go Americana with it. You can kind of go like, what am I trying to say? Southwest, depending on what colors you use. I think this is gonna end up looking Americana with the colors I'm using. All right, before you put a transfer on any surface, you need to fuzz. It protects your transfer because it's really sticky. If you tried to pull it up, especially a super smooth surface, it would stick too much. Let's see how much it's sticking to the cloth itself. Oops. So you just want to stick some fuzz on there. It'll come off when you clean. It just rolls right off when you clean it. Run it underwater, it rolls right off. Yeah, that's good. All right. Now, let's try to line this up pretty good. Let's see. This surface is not reusable, so especially with the colors I'm using. The blue and the red will stain this side, so you do want to make sure you get it in the position you want. If you're using the chalkboard, you'd have a little more leeway. Is that crooked again? All right, we're gonna get there. I'm gonna slide it down just a second so I'm over it just a little better. That's better. Okay. That looks pretty good. All right, you wanna smooth it out, make sure you don't have any bubbles. We're gonna be careful around the palette edges to make sure we smooth them out really good so the paste doesn't sneak out. All right, the paste colors I'm using today are Candy Apple, Storm, and Cadet. So I'm gonna start with you have to move quickly today because the paste will dry quick in the transfer, so I just want to get it one and done. So I'm going to open all my pastes and have them ready to go. Hey Shannon. Hey Dave. this is centered pretty good. I'm going to make sure I did pre-stir my red was, I had to use a new red. My red was dried up. I hadn't obviously used red in a really long time. I am stuck on guava and our Couture coral. Those are like my favorite colors. I don't think I've used red since Christmas time. And it showed. All right. But all I had to do is put some water in it and it's sitting, and it'll come back to life. All right, so I'm going to do 3 colors, and I'm going to try to move quickly. I might have to pull up the transfer so that it doesn't dry too much. And if it does, it'll just be more distressed. I'm going to do that in gray. Oh, that's close. This in gray. I'm going to do this in red. I didn't shut my door again. I forgot to shut my door. My cats are all hovering. Mike was already up on the table and I was trying to get ready. So how is everybody? I apparently can't talk and concentrate on these tiny little spots at the same time. Is everybody ready to get out of their house? Governor said we can actually socialize a little bit this weekend. Some people in other states are actually getting their hair cut and their nails done. I mean, trust me, I know there's other people who are suffering. I am not complaining, but I would like to get back to normal like the rest of us. All right, so before the gray dries, we're going to smooth this out. Now, if you're intimidated by using multiple colors, you could just real easy swoop one color down this whole thing and be done, and it would look beautiful. Somebody did this in all black and they like really distressed it, like, and it came out really pretty. It almost looked like she put it like a gray wash over it, and it looked really nice. Somebody did, a couple people did like the rainbow colors, because love conquers all, that was a nice touch too. I might try that too. All right, that looks pretty good so far. See how the love on the crack came out a little bit? I can sand that off when it dries. All right, so I pulled that back for a second because I want to dry that on the board so it doesn't dry inside the transfer. So if I hang on for just a second, I'm going to turn my hair dryer on. Hi, Hopi. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. All right. When you do use something to dry the transfers, just make sure you don't use, if you use a heat gun, don't get it too close to your transfer. It will melt it. People have done that and they're very sad when they do it. All right, next spot I'm gonna do blue. Just gonna go down the row. There's no, when you do multiple colors like this, you're ambitious and you don't really, I'm being ambitious with these colors. They're close to each other. We have, we sell, it's called placement tape. It's really helpful when you're doing lettering, but it's also helpful when you're doing close transfers like this, because I could have taped off these little dots here so that I wouldn't have to worry about getting the blue mixed in. It's just like a roll. It looks like, what's that decorative tape that people use? Let me forget. We have transfers that have like 3 layers that are really cool. I'll do a couple of those soon. And you have like placement dots, so you know where to place layer 2 and 3. And if you're doing it on a surface like this, that you can't just wipe it off like the chalkboards. You use the placement tape so that you can just pull that off when you're done. Rather than making a mess. All right. Good enough. You try to get the lines out as best you can, but I'm not like, I'm probably going to keep this for myself, so I'm not going to stress. See how sticky this is, guys? I could have fuzzed this a lot more because it's pulling up. Okay. Looking good. Am I sliding over? Sorry. Hold on one second. Hairdryer's coming back on. All right, good enough. Now I'm going to press these dots down again. I'm going to try to get those in gray. And I think I'm going to use, we have a multi-tool, which is much easier for small spots. Oh, I was lazy and didn't wash it from the last time I used it. Don't judge me. But the end I need is clean, so don't judge me. I'm going to use it anyway. All right. See, that's the other thing is nice about using this. It's water-based chalk paste, so you can not clean up if you don't feel like it when you're done. You can crank out a bunch of stuff and then clean them later. These are all silicone tools, so they clean really easily. The transfers clean up really easily. Now the red will stain. Some of the paste will stain your transfers, but that doesn't hurt your transfer. as long as you clean the paste out of the actual silk screen part. Your transfer will be fine. You can reuse them. They say 8 to 10 times. Now, that's what the company's disclaimer is. But I know I've used some more than that. We sell minis, like a sheet of 12 minis. And one of my team members, she used one of our minis 47 times. Actually, no, I lied. She used 2. She had 2. The point of it was she used a paste packet. She wanted to prove how many projects you could do with a paste packet. This is one of our paste packets. And she wanted to prove how many projects you could do with a paste packet. And she used, to do the demonstration and do it quickly, she used 2 of the minis. And I can show you one of the minis in a second. And she did 47 with 1 paste packet and 2 of the minis to keep it going, because she had to clean them in between and let one dry. And she did 47, and it was, she did some on all different surfaces. She did glass, she did paper, she did vinyl. I have them, I think, right behind me. I'll show you. All right, let's pull this up before it dries. Yeah, I could have fuzzed this more. It's really sticky. But I like it. It's looking good. All right. Almost there. Thank you for hanging in. Let me straighten this out for you. Okay, moving on. Gonna finish the blue here. A little more gray. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. If I don't see them right now, I will go back and answer them after the live. If you're watching the replay, ask away, and I will answer later when they come up. If you guys are familiar with this product at all and want to see anything in particular demonstrated, you can let me know too, and I can plan some projects around your suggestions. I have a lot to work with right now here, so we definitely can probably accommodate. Okay. Okay. A little more drying, sorry. almost done. This is gonna go quick now, so we'll just do these. Sorry, I'm sniffling. I'm telling you, I did blow my nose before I got on here. The allergies have been so bad, though. Thankfully, we got rain. Makes my head hurt, but the pollen got washed away, so it's whatever. It is what it is. Doing this stuff, if I actually get myself to do it, I feel better. So committing myself to sharing it with you guys is actually helping me in the long run feel better. And it's easy to clean up, like I already told you. So it's not a big deal. Today I don't feel good, so I'm not going to clean it up. I'm going to let it dry, and I'll clean it up in the morning. That's why if any of you watched my video yesterday, I did say I was going to try a ink project today, but I decided not to do that because I wasn't feeling great. So hopefully I can do that tomorrow. Because I did it last weekend, and I was intimidated by the ink because it's permanent and yada yada yada, I don't know, whatever. And I ended up having, like, I had fun. It's like a crafter's nerdy moment where I was really excited how it turned out and how easy it was. And I like all the things that people make with their Cricut and Silhouette. But I work on a computer all day long, and I have no desire to get aggravated with another machine and learn another program. And I just, like, that's not what I want my crafting experience to be like. So they do all that work for me. I just pick the design I want to do, and man, I should have fuzzed this more. I pick the design I want to do, and I do it. I can do it in ink, I can do it in paste, I can do it whatever I want over and over again. So when I finally made myself do the ink, I was like, this is awesome. People did this design in shirts, and it came out really cute. All right, let's finish drying it. See how this crack did give me a little trouble, but when it's totally dry, I can sand or scrape this if it really bothers me, which I don't really think it's going to. That one's probably the worst, but when it's wet on a surface like this, my cat just jumped behind me. Which one is this? Mike. When it's wet and something like this happens and you're on a surface that's not a chalkboard, don't touch it. Let it dry. Because if I were to do it now, I would smear it and make it worse, and it would just, trust me, I've done it. That's how I know. So just let it go, and you'll be able to clean it up later. So Hopi, the stencil, it's a reusable sticky silk screen. So what I was doing when I was pulling it up, it's chalk paste that I was using, and the chalk paste dries quickly. And it will, because I was taking my time with all the different colors, if I had left it on the whole time as I was filling in all the colors, the top gray color and the red would have lifted with the silk screen when I pulled it all off. So I was pulling it up, drying it a little bit, pulling it up, drying a little bit, pulling it up, drying a little bit, so that everything would stay as is. That's why I was doing it that way. You don't have to do it that way if you're doing one quick color or a smaller design. It's not that complicated. Tomorrow, when I do another design, or if you watch one of my other videos, you'll see I didn't have to do that. It's just a quick. It depends on how fancy you want to be that day. But I thought for this weekend, I wanted to use this transfer. And I thought these colors would be good for Memorial Day. I'm just cleaning up my... Did you guys watch my one last night? I dropped my stuff right on my finished product. I dropped my stir stick. You want to clean up your paste when you're done so that your red didn't end up like my old red. Like, you really want to clean up all this gunk. I'll do it after the call, but you want to have a nice clean rim, especially if you don't do it on a regular basis, so that it's a nice tight seal and your chalk doesn't dry out. If it does, you add water and it comes back to life, but you just have to work at it. This one was drying out a little bit as we were working, so I just put a couple spritzes of distilled water only so that it doesn't get moldy. If you use regular tap water, it can get moldy. So just distilled water. Just spray it on top so it helps it stay nice and moist. And you just want to always see, like, this one's cleaner than that red one and the blue one. This is how you want it to look. A little neater. And the rim of the cap too. If you really want to. Because you want it to last. You don't want it to. And you don't have to work harder than you need to clean up stuff. So this is something that I don't put off till tomorrow. I try to do this every time. So, I mean, you should clean that up too. So this is the way your paste should really look when you close it up every night when you're done working. All right. So the project is pretty much dry. I was thinking of just gonna see what happens. I don't know what the red is gonna happen. We're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna experiment. I think the red is gonna get on the distressing a little bit more. I don't think the blue and the red are gonna, see it spreads a little bit. But the gray. See, at first I wasn't sure I was going to like that, but now I do. See how it's in the center of the letters. Just going for it. Just going for it and experimenting. And then remember, it's water-based, so I can just wipe that dust away from the wood. And it looks like a weathered sign. So, what do you guys think? Weathered, or are you having a heart attack because I'm doing it? I like it. Doing the red too. I'm going for it. Just gonna move my block around. Okay. Now I can really fix this up if I want to, but I think I'm just going to leave it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to do any embellishments. The other nights I did some rows and bows and some extra stuff, but I'm not doing that tonight. My embellishments was my distressing. See, like it should be distressed on this edge here because the wood is, there we go. Okay, now I'm done. Thanks for joining. Nikki's having a heart attack. I thought you might, Nikki. That's why I was waiting to see something. No, you have to experiment and try something. Who knows? What do you know, like, what's the fun in it if you're not gonna experiment? And now you know. If you like it, you can try it on your own. If you don't, you can just say, good for you, Jamie. I'm not going to try it. I don't like it. But I think it looks cute, nice and weathered. All right. I am done for the night. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Put them down in the comments. I'll look at it later. I haven't had dinner yet, so I need to go eat dinner. And I'll be back tomorrow. Depending on how my head feels, that will determine what project we're doing. I will take suggestions, like I said. If you have any ideas, if you're familiar with the project and you've been waiting to see something, let me know. And if I have it and if I can accommodate, I will. If I don't have it, I can order it and we can do it together. So let me know. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Friday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if I don't see you, talk to you, or you don't join the rest of the weekend. Thanks, everyone.